Hey, thanks for watching 4Color Commentary. I'm Mark Allen, and I have a bit of a haul. I've been waiting for a week to do this, and last Saturday I went to Shadow Mountain Comics in Tulsa. This is a really very cool outfit in Tulsa that they buy collections, and then progressively they have sales, $10 per book, $5 per book. I think it goes $1 per book, 50 cents, and then 25 cents, something like that. And you know, it's kind of genius what they do, because when people go through, and they do go through every box, and there's a lot of boxes. When people go through the boxes, they get out their $10 books when they're there the first week. They note the ones that are a deal for 5 or 1 or less, and they come back. I know they come back. On our Northeastern Oklahoma Facebook page, there is nearly daily somebody posting on there, I got this from Shadow Mountain Comics. So for the first time, I think the first time, I made it to their sale at $5. So I've never gone there for the $10 books, but I did go for the $5 books, and I got some stuff I'm very happy with. By the way, don't think that this is an ego trip. These were our Valentine's Day cups. Mine says Mr. Right. Hers says Mrs. Always Right. So, guys who are married, you know what I'm talking about. And, you know, we love it. So, anyway, I'll just get started here. Thought I peeled all these off, but I didn't. So, again, $5 books. I do have some Golden Age. Some Golden Age I'm really happy with. Got some Bronze Age. We'll start with the Bronze Age right here. Got some Modern Age as well. But from Beyond the Unknown, number 11. Had a decent spine on it and some gloss. I was really happy about that. Of course, a reprint book, sci-fi reprint book from DC. Lots of early Carmine Infantino. Really a great-looking story with Murphy Andersen art. And so some good stuff there. So lots of fun to read. Carmine Infantino, I never have been a big fan, but the kind of hokey sci-fi stories, I can read those no matter who draws them. It's great stuff. Also got number 11 or number 17. That was number 11. Got number 17. This one, obviously I'll read it and enjoy it, but I got this one for the cover alone. You have, boom, Nixon right on the cover. I love presidential presidential images on there, presidential presentations, when they have the president, however you call it, whatever you call it. But Nixon's right there on the front cover, and so I love that, and he is in the story as well. But anyway, so good stuff, lots of fun reading there, and so really happy to have those with all their gloss and all that good stuff. And love the Nixon cover. I love presidents on the covers of books. So let's see. Next is this series. I'm slowly but surely getting, and I mean slowly. Maybe I pick up 1 or 2 a year if I'm lucky. But this is Phantom Stranger number 22 with the gorgeous, beautiful Jim Aparo art that he was doing at that time, and very much Neal Adams, very much one of out of the Neal Adams school, so to speak. And a student of that style, of his realistic style. Does have a very cool story, backup story by one of the Filipino artists of the time, Tony De Zuniga. And so I'm always, especially Tony De Zuniga and Rudy Nebres, I enjoy them very much. So very cool Phantom Stranger book there. Also finally got all 4 issues now of Grips from Silver Wolf from the 80s, that black and white independent. I found issue number 3, and I bought this as much for nostalgia purposes as anything. I remember when this series used to be hot, and I remember this one was on the Comic Empire wall for a long time. I'm not sure why. I don't know what the selling point of it was, unless it was just a popular book. I know for a while, because of Tim Vigil's art, it was difficult to get these. It's still kind of difficult to find them in the wild. But that makes all 4 now that I have of Grips. I think that's what they published, was 4 issues. It's not a kid's book. It is very violent. But anyway, just one of those things. I wanted to get all of them so I could read them. And I finally did. Okay, this one I'm going to take out of the plastic as well. This is a funny animal book, and it is actually entitled Funny Animals. This is Charlton Comics reprint from 1984, 75-cent book, Funny Animals #2. They only did 2 of them, and it was reprinting either some of the Silver or Golden Age Funny Animal work. But this one is in even nicer shape than my issue 1. Nice gloss on there. And it's one of those books nobody really cares about, except me and a few others out there. But, it's the hunt. It's finding it. And getting that issue 1 like over a year ago and then realizing, okay, there's only 2 issues. I got to get me an issue 2. And the hunt is the thing. And when I saw it, it was great. When I saw it in such great shape, that's wonderful too. So anyway, good stuff there. And I finished that run. Finished that 2-issue run. 2-issue run on Funny Animals by Charlton Comics. Okay, this one is one I used to have. Couldn't tell you exactly when I had it. It was published in, I'm going to say, the early 90s, 95, okay, mid-90s, 1995. This is the Captain America Collector's Preview. Now, if that cover looks a little bit like it's missing something, it is. It's missing the back cover. It's a great twofold one, double cover there. Great art by John Byrne. And this book has a lot of stuff. This book has a story in here. Has a story in here, an interview with Mark Grunwald, Mark Waid, both of whom were helping out with the writing on Cap at the time. Had some stories about the current goings on. It had a story about the Galaxy Storm video game that was coming out. You see the pixelated Captain America there. And I remember that video game. I remember the X-Men video game too. Many of you probably do as well. In the 90s, has some Hembeck. You always got to have some Hembeck. Has some Hembeck in there. Love Hembeck. Has some, again, writing about some of the current goings on in Captain America comics. Has a great story about Joe Simon and his return to comics, return to Captain America in the sense that he was doing cover reproductions of covers he did back in World War II era, and he was just redoing them, repainting them. And they were Sotheby's, among other places, was buying them or was auctioning them for quite a lot of money. There's one of them there, as you can see, and then some pictures of Simon going through the process. Just great historical stuff. Okay, and there's some more making hay. There's some more Joe Simon work and pictures of him at the drawing table. I love stuff like this. I love behind the scenes pictures and stuff like that, especially of Golden Age greats. Okay, Golden Age creators. Here's America Under Fire, an article about Captain America, the Captain America character from World War II and through the 50s. Okay, and onward. And there's also in here this is by now most people have seen this, a costume that they never were sure what this was for. They think that Kirby might have meant it for Captain America or as a backup costume for Captain America. Now, this may have been I'm sure that's what Fighting American came from, the design for his Fighting American, but I'm not sure what order to put it in. I don't know if when we discovered that, this came out again in 95, and at the time they were still asking what was that all about. And then, of course, you have a reprint, a Captain America story reprint from All Winners Comics #1, the summer of 1941. So great stuff there, and of course a Simon Kirby production. Here's some more. There's Fighting Zombies. Cap fighting zombies. Okay, and then from cover to cover, there's cool stuff. Now there's a story about the Captain America movie from the 90s that flopped so bad, the flop that was heard around the world, I'm sure. But the costume looked kind of cool. If it wasn't for those rubber ears, if you didn't know, those ears were actually made of rubber. So it would look like, Captain America's ears coming out of his mask like they're supposed to. So glad they got away from that. So glad that we got the Cap that we did in the Marvel movies currently. But anyway, good stuff there. And then I finish it off here with a final painting, a reproductive, or a painting. I don't think that was a reproduction of a cover. That was just a painting by Joe Simon. Look at that. My goodness. Is that not gorgeous? How would you like to have that hanging on your wall, in your den, in your family room, in your comic book room, anywhere? That would go anywhere. Though my people probably wouldn't let me hang it in the church, and I wouldn't try to hang it in the church. But anyway, that's a beautiful illustration. Okay, next. This was interesting. This was something that was totally off my radar. I am not a big fan of, I am a fan of Dave Cockrum. I'm not a big fan of this particular property of his, the Futurians. I had at one time the 3 issues from the LP series. I had the Marvel graphic novel. I understand there was one more graphic novel out there. But this is the lost issue, is what this is. This is Dave Cockrum's Futurian Special Collector's issue. Now, the 4th issue, let's make sure, when it says the lost issue, the 4th issue was reprinted in, I believe, the Marvel graphic novel, either that or in the other graphic novel. It just didn't appear in the 3-issue series. The 3-issue series was supposed to be a 4-issue series. But they came out with this. Now, this is interesting because I always research the stuff that I find and that I find interesting, especially. And there's not very many of these floating around even on eBay. And again, it's one of those things, because it's rare, some people assume, oh, it's worth a lot of money. It could just be rare because nobody cares. But anyway, so this one's on eBay. There's a few of them last time I looked, a week ago, and they want exorbitant amounts for them. Okay, but I just thought it was kind of a cool find, and it may go on eBay. It may also just go to somebody who likes the Futurians and doesn't have that. I don't know, But if you're a Futurians fan, I'm saying this right now. If you're a Futurians fan and you don't have this, let me know. Okay. So anyway, or if you're a Dave Cockrum fan, okay. Now this was cool. This I really think I'm going to keep. This is a legacy book. It came out when Marvel was doing its Marvel Legacy stuff, junk, whatever. I wasn't aware of this variant cover. This is another one that seems to be fairly rare. I think it was a 1 in 50, but now I forget. It wasn't 1 in 100. I think it was a 1 in 50. But this is what they call the Jack Kirby T-shirt variant. It was Incredible Hulk number 709. And that I always loved that image. That was they back in the 60s. They did a T-shirt with the Hulk on there. Here comes the Hulk. And he had that. Now, I don't remember. There's an image on the back here. And I don't know if that was on the T-shirt or not. Because this is the only thing I remember from the ad in the old comics. But this is on the back. So cool. This, I think, is staying in the collection. But just so cool to find that for $5 because, again, there are those, I know it was paid, people paid more for that when it first came out, and they're asking for more than that, than $5 on eBay. I did notice, though, I don't know if this came, is that just me, or does Hulk have a rip in his seat there? Okay, I just found that kind of comical. But anyway, comical, get it? All right, moving on. But that's going to probably stay in the collection because that's just unique. That image has only ever appeared, as far as I know, on a T-shirt, and so it's cool to have it on a comic book. All right, these last, I was meant to start with something. I'll do that last. These last two $5 pickups are Golden Age. Now this is the one I'm about to show you. When I found it, I was really excited to find it. Just because of the way it looked. But it was in a plastic, it was in a heavy plastic, heavier than it was almost like that clear vinyl that sometimes people put documents in. And it was bent up, but at the same time protected by that vinyl, okay? But this was distributed by a toy store, or a department store, W.T. Grant in 1942. And what this is the Little Fir Tree comic by Hans Christian Andersen. Now, it's in comic form. Hans Christian Andersen didn't write comic books. Okay, I bet you didn't know that. But this is 1942 comic, and it is one of the things about it that's very cool is that you got Santa back here hawking war bonds, okay, on the last panel. And so it was a World War II era comic. You also, one of the cool things about it also is that it is, part of it is in, you have a bright, beautiful, full color page there. A lot of the pages are black and white, okay? The middle spread is, I believe it was the middle spread, is full color. The black and white pages, it happens, were for kids to color, which makes sense. And thankfully, this one has not been colored in at all. And so I'm very happy about that. But also what's cool about this book is that it is, some of the pages are done, they said 8 pages. Let me see if that's maybe, I don't think that's all of them. Talk amongst yourselves for just a moment there. 1, 2. Okay, so 8 pages of this book were actually illustrated by Walt Kelly of Pogo fame. It was pre-Pogo, obviously, a young Walt Kelly. But and then the other neat thing about this book was this is reprints from Santa Claus Funnies, and so very unique book, very unique comic. It's done in comic art form, even though it's narrated panels. No word balloons, no thought balloons, but still very cool, very cool, and glad to have that. Got to get me a Golden Age backing board and bag for that. All right, and now the last Golden Age book. This is a genre that I'm not interested in, but I know which way the wind blows in the hobby. Many are, and this is a 1949 issue. This is a romance comic. It is Dottie, number 39 from May 1949, and picked that up just because that was kind of very cool. And I thought $5, that looks like something that, could be valued and should be held on to for a while. And so I did that. Also like the, you could tell these were marketed to girls. You got the weight loss ad on the back, okay? And look skinnier girls, look thinner. You lose weight girls, and you use the spot reducer as well. So I don't know, but anyway, what's also really cool about this is that you have 2 stories in here by the great Al Hartley, who of course did art for so many of those Spire Christian comics that I like, and many others. I think he's an Archie artist. I'm not an Archie expert, but this is some of his Golden Age stuff. So 2 stories with Al Hartley art in them, and that's just great. So for $5 a piece, I was happy to find those books, and that was my $5 haul, $5 book haul from Shadow Mountain Comics. Now, next video I'll do my new comics that I picked up at Comic Empire, because there was some cool stuff there. One item that I didn't even know about, well, a couple of items I didn't even know about concerning artists that I really do like. But let's go ahead and end with an eBay purchase. I'm going to go ahead and just open this. It's been a while since I've done a eBay opening or package opening on a video. Now, this is not anything super special to anybody, and it's not even a grail, okay? It's just one of those books that I've wanted for a while, okay? It is a foil book, okay? And I will also note that, just speaking for myself, everyone's different because all of us find different things out there in the wild, but this is a book that I've never seen in the wild. I forgot I was going to have to do that. And so very carefully, okay. So, never seen this book in the wild. Was glad to finally latch onto one for a decent price and no shipping, free shipping. And it is got some nice red foil on it. A nice white cover. Some of you out there going, oh, what could it be? What could it be? Trying to guess it before I bring it out. And it is, I'm going to go ahead and take it out. It is also what do you call it? Embossed with the raised image. It's very nice. Very nice. Okay, and here it is. Boom. Spider-Man Adventures #1, the foil edition. Love that. Just pops, man. Oh my goodness. That's some purty foil right there. So anyway, there you go. A little haul from the last week or so, and things that I've been looking for and things that I just was happily surprised by. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Appreciate you watching. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see here. But otherwise, continue to enjoy that wonderful hobby of comic books. Continue to enjoy our fantastic comic book community on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next video.